What's happening, my people? The question for this video is, what am I supposed to do with my money if I'm between the ages of 18 and 21? Let's get into it. So I want to give you 5 things that you should do. Number 1, you should start saving money. There's a story that I tell a lot of my young clients, and it's a way to explain the time value of money. Let's just say, and we're talking about up to age 21, but let's just, because I remember the story, you're 25 years old, right? And you just got out of maybe graduate school, or you just got a promotion or whatever, and you're making more money than you had anticipated. So let's say you end up going to sit with a financial advisor, and you tell the financial advisor, listen, I'm 25 years old. I can save $10,000 a year. I want to retire at the age of 65. And if you can, I'd like for you to get me 10% a year on my investments. Now, this is a hypothetical example, but the financial advisor says, sure, why not? I'll go ahead and give you 10%. If you saved money from the age of 25 to 65, that means that you save $10,000 a year. That's 40 years. You save $400,000. But because you got that compound interest, it grew to $4.4 million. Now, let's say you didn't start at 25, but you waited until 35. That's 30 years, because you go from 35 to 65. You're still saving the $10,000 a year, and you're still getting it 10%. You save just $100,000 less than you did when you were starting at 25. So instead of saving $400,000, you save $300,000. That $300,000 at 10% turns into $1.6 million. That 10-year window, that $100,000 cost you over $3 million in compound interest. So this is why I say the first thing, my first recommendation is, if you are between the ages of 18 and 21, you need to start saving your money. Start early, because time is your greatest commodity. Once you lose it, you cannot get it back. Number 2, you want to create a budget. If you can create a budget now and live like nobody else right now, when you get into your 30s, you will then be able to live like no one else. Creating a budget is crucial. I say it all the time. It is you telling your money where to go instead of trying to figure out where it went. That's Zig Ziglar. Okay. And you have to be disciplined enough to stick to it. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it and everybody would have money. No, budgeting is not easy. Why? Because you're getting thrown so many different marketing things. Buy this, go eat here, go do this, go here, shop here. And you have to be able to channel that stuff. You have to have a strategy so that you don't end up spending the money that you need in your budget. You must, number 3, learn about investing. Okay. Learn about investing, learn about mutual funds, learn about stocks, learn about bonds, learn about ETFs, index funds, learn about annuities, learn about limited partnerships, learn about all these things. So the easiest way to understand what a mutual fund is, think of a mutual fund like a huge shopping center or a mall. Okay. So if you're thinking about like a mall, inside of the mall, there's a boatload of different stores. There might be 200 different stores in one mall. Okay. So instead of just investing in, let's say, Target or Nordstrom or one of those stores that's at the mall, if you invest in one of those companies, if that store does well, then you do well. If that store does bad, you do bad. That's like investing in an individual stock. What a mutual fund then comes in and says is that instead of investing in that one stock, we're going to invest in the entire mall. So all of those 200 stores, some of them may be doing well, some of them may be doing bad, but I'm giving myself more opportunities to win. That's what a mutual fund is, and that's what a stock is. All right. Learn about those things and invest in them. And I would say invest just in that. Don't worry about bonds or anything like that. You're young. You have so much time ahead of you. Just invest in the stock market 100%. Next is get a credit card. Honestly, I'd rather you get like a secure card, save up money, put money on a secure card, like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or something like that, and manage it and build your credit, as opposed to accepting the offers from a lot of these other credit card companies that are going to give you these giant lines of credit. And when you have these giant lines of credit, you're more prone to use that card and say, oh yeah, I've got enough time, I'll be able to pay it off. And that's usually what doesn't happen. And this is why In 2023, our country had over $1 trillion in credit card debt. Most people are not aware that when you use that credit card, if that credit card has a $10,000 limit, and let's just say you're making $60,000 a year, and then after your taxes and deductions, you're bringing home $50,000. Well, because you're making $50,000 after taxes and deductions, and now you've got this $10,000, you're back up to 60. So you assume I got $60,000 worth of spending power. No, you don't, because that $10,000 has to be paid back. So either that means you're going to increase your income, or you're going to have to decrease your spending. The problem with people is we don't want to do the work to increase our income, and we don't want to do the work to reduce our expenses because we want to live our best life now. And when you get into a situation like that, that's when life starts lifing. Now, the last thing is that I would consider, because you're young, you're probably not married, don't have any kids, you should be getting a part-time job, something, or doing something on the side where you can just rack up money. I got a client now. I think my man is 26 or 27, and he works at Comcast, and then he works at the post office. And what I'm telling you, and he's got a couple of side hustles, and he's making six figures, but he is packing money up. And because of the amount of money that this young cat has packed away, honestly, he doesn't really need to save for his retirement goal, because just on the amount of money that he saved, compound interest alone is going to help him get to his retirement price tag. But because he ends up saving, by the time he gets to age 65, if his income doesn't change or increase, my man's going to have over $6 million. And so that's what you want to be. You want to be in a position like that. So take advantage of your youth and the fact that you don't have any responsibilities just yet, and pack money away. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Moses of Finance. Catch you down the road.